Jeet Kune Do is outdated and stuck in the 70s. Hi guys, welcome to the new video, Internet Martial Arts Stupid Stuff. In this video we're going to talk about something that is often said in internet and repeated, that Jeet Kune Do is stuck in the past, it's outdated, and it's stuck in the 70s. Let's see if that is true. In order to make a claim like this, you actually should know what Jeet Kune Do is. Okay, and then let's see what Jeet Kune Do is. First of all, Jeet Kune Do is street fighting. It's a martial art designed for street fighting, which means you train stuff that you can use on street, because there you're not limited. And in street there's no limitations, so you can use basically everything. But what does it mean you can use everything? And what does it mean Jeet Kune Do is outdated and it's stuck in the past, in the 70s? We have to see first what Jeet Kune Do contains, and that what it contains is actually outdated. So finger jabs to the eyes from any angle, is this outdated? Straight lead, is it outdated? Back fists, is this outdated? Hook punches, any kind of hook punches, is this outdated? Footwork that is applied to these old techniques, where you punch and move at the same time, you use your finger jabs, and you can punch and change your angle to your opponent, change your distance, is this outdated? Same with kicks, you have side kicks. To knees, you can kick higher if you have to. This is outdated. Front kicks, angle front kicks, inverted front kicks, mostly to the groin. Is this outdated? Hook kicks, also mostly to the groin. You can also sometimes use it to solar plexus or to kidneys or to head, but mostly to the groin. Is this outdated? In close distance, you attack with hooks. You attack the eyes, middle distance you can also attack with straight punches, also with hooks, also with finger jabs, long distance, finger jabs, straight punches, any kind of kicks, long distance kicks, middle distance kicks, short distance. Is this outdated? So, and then we come to the problem that the most people have, grappling. It started in the 90s with the UFC 1, and everybody saw how Royce Gracie out-grappled all these guys he was fighting in UFC 1 and 2, especially the first one, and they just gone crazy. And I was one of the guys watching this, because at that time I was in my teens. I had also several tapes from these fights. But what people seem to forget is that in many fights, despite him being the best grappler at that moment, and for sure in the tournament, he sometimes needed 10, 15, even more than 20 minutes to win the fight against guys who had no idea about grappling, at least not at that level. So what does this tell us? When you look at Jeet Kune Do, it's designed for street, where you want to attack targets and you want to attack your opponent the way that a fight doesn't take like 20 or 15 minutes. And then you look at these events where where some of the fights really took very, very long time. I'm gonna ask you something. Do you really want to go outside and take a guy to the ground and try to out-grapple him and do some kind of chokes or joint locks or any kind of grappling techniques and this guy may be strong, and you risk that it takes you 5, even 2, 5, 10, maybe 20 minutes. Would you do this outside? Let's say you're walking with your kids and with your wife in LA, and a guy comes, and maybe 2 guys, and they want to do harm to your wife and to your kids. Do you want to grapple these guys? Or do you want to take your fingers and stick into their eyes and it's finished? So the mentality of these 2 arts, whether it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's Jeet Kune Do, or it's Judo or Olympic wrestling, the mentalities are different. So you always have to think, where do I want to use this and how do I want to use this? And is it applicable for me to go outside, to grapple a guy maybe for several minutes before I even win a fight? And I'm gonna link a video, I'm gonna put a link in the corner and below from a channel. They did a really good job at testing a professional MMA fighter against an untrained guy who had a knife, and if he could defend himself with MMA style of attacks, especially grapplings. And I really advise you to watch this video afterwards, because it's really good, and for many people it should be eye-opening. When people say Jeet Kune Do is outdated, they think it doesn't contain like this kind of sports grappling where you try to do some joint locks and you try to choke people, and it's a different story if you want to defend against. When you say Jeet Kune Do is outdated, so you have all techniques and all tactics you need to defend yourself or to fight in an environment where there are no limitations. When you put in kind of limitations, you're not allowed to do this and you're not allowed to do that and this and something else, then you're limited. You of course have to use these tactics that then are available. But outside, you can use any tactic that's available, and you want to use the meta, which is most effective tactic available in martial arts. And this would be attacking vulnerable targets. Like many times before said, Bruce defined those: eyes, groin and knees, and you can crush these targets and make sure that the fight doesn't take too long and you would have to do fancy stuff. Also, if you don't believe, I just challenge you, when you train your grappling stuff, just try this one out. When your partner tries to grapple you, anytime you can, just go to the eyes. At any moment, at the beginning, in the middle of the technique, or at the end of the technique, just go to the eyes. Anytime he tries to do something with you, just do that. And then ask him how it was, if it was too hard to him. And then you can see if this works or not. If you try this, just write in the comments. And guys, see you next time.